super excited to introduce my guest, Sarah Noel Block. She's a marketer that I've been connected with on LinkedIn for quite some time, and that just is a testament to the power of LinkedIn because we've never met in person. But she's been working with small businesses for 10 years, over 10 years, to streamline, systematize, automate, and outsource marketing. She helps them expand the bandwidth of their tiny marketing teams. Her key services include virtual marketing departments, building them, and building an internal marketing department for small businesses. But yes, Sarah is like my case study. Our relationship is a case study of the power of LinkedIn. So Sarah, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Thanks for having me. It's so great to be able to talk face-to-face-ish.
Yes, totally true. I'm determined though. A lot of events happen in Chicago, and I'm sure that that will eventually at some point return to normal. And once I find a relevant one, I'm going to use some of my credit card miles and I'm going to come out there.
Yes, I cannot wait for that.
So before we get into the business details of who you are and what you do, I always like to introduce something about a guest that I found particularly interesting. And besides the other things that we've talked about that I feel are interesting about you, you told me you have some really key experience that's incredibly relevant right now. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes. In a previous company, I started with them when it was deep into the Great Recession, and they were at a point where they were cutting everybody's salaries in order to not have to lay people off. It was rough. They were coming a little bit out of it enough where that they were able to hire me, and I was their first marketing person. This is actually the company that launched Tiny Marketing because I was a one-person marketing department for 5 companies. And it gave me pretty much all of the skills that I have today. But it happened during the Great Recession. And then we built out their digital marketing, and within a few years, they had their best year in the company's 60-year history. So I think that it's really relevant on how today, what we're seeing today. A lot of companies are struggling, and they haven't done digital marketing before. So this experience is just a testimonial of the importance of digital marketing in a down economy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking to your experience specifically, I know if I was in a company right now, that would be incredibly attractive to me just because, you've obviously no scenario is exactly the same, but you've navigated a time frame when most companies were, slashing marketing budgets, and you made it work, not just for one, but, for multiple. You made it work. And that is a feather in your cap right now, especially since they're saying that the time period that we're going through right now may rival the Great Recession in terms of the impact that we have on our society and our economy. So that's amazing. Totally amazing. So now that we've got everyone's attention, because I feel like everybody should be paying attention now after that. I want everyone to know a bit more about you and your business. Please lay it on us.
Okay, I work with small businesses that have never had either no marketing at all or they've never gone digital before. So I work with them in 2 capacities. I either be their virtual marketing department where I handpick curated contractors to be their team of marketers from afar, and we run the entire marketing department for them. Or I work with small companies that want an in-house marketing department, but they don't even know where to start. They've never had one before. So I build out their marketing strategy, their programs, their systems, pick out their tech stack, and I train their new marketing person on how to use these systems and how to get the most out of their marketing with a small budget.
Wow. That really does cover the grand spectrum. It's like, it's like an all-in-one, like how softwares market themselves. That's you. You are marketing all-in-one. So I know you've helped a lot of companies over the years, but I know you know who this person is, or this person is, but who's your ideal client? We know it's a tiny a company with, either very non-established digital marketing, or they haven't really, formally invested in their marketing before. But what else can you tell us about your ideal client for the people listening?
I like working with B2B service-based businesses. I love the service industry because you're working more with people. You get to highlight the people within the company, and I just find that fascinating. You can utilize authority marketing, which is like guest posting on other people's publications, things like this, podcasts, co-sponsored webinars. I think it's a great way, or it's a great place to highlight your people, because people are buying from people. They're not buying from companies, especially when it's a service-based business.
That's absolutely right. And, that's where I focus too, the B2B service-based businesses, for many of the same reasons. I do like that a lot. So, so B2B service-based businesses, have you found yourself drawn to any specific industries more so than others, or have you found that it's pretty evenly run the spectrum?
I've been working a lot with consultants just like you, which is funny. That just happened. That was not a plan. It's just the people that were coming to me were consultants, and I found myself in that little niche. I also work a lot with building service companies like HVAC, fire protection,
Mm-hmm.
contractors for buildings.
Okay. And then so I've actually worked with Sarah before, and it was a fantastic experience. So I want to ask this question for the freelancers and, kind of solo consultants in my network, or anybody who comes across this episode, because you were like the template experience for me. Like, you set the bar so high. And if I, looking forward, like, I would measure pretty much any future client against you. So I would love for you to share what you're looking for when you're, looking to bring these, carefully curated contractors onto your clients' teams. What are you looking for? Because like I said, I think it'd be great for everyone to know.
Yes, I'm looking for someone. Well, I handpicked you for a certain client because I thought you were perfect for them, and I didn't look at anyone else. I had my eye on you and I went after you. I do the same thing with everyone else. I look for people who are really niche, that focus on an industry, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find the perfect contractor for a very specific business. And I want that person to have experience mainly in that business so they can be an expert. Right. So my advice would be to niche for contractors.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that it was just such a valuable experience. And I found, just in general, it helps with relationships, like the way our relationship has changed and grown, but it helps with everything from, personal marketing, and who you want to connect with, in person or on LinkedIn or wherever. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. And like I said, if you get a chance to work with Sarah, like, it's going to be amazing. So bring your A game, and it will be fantastic.